Blackberry.com.
Hi everyone, Adam here for Crackberry.com. What I have here is the Blackberry mini keyboard case, whatever you want to call it. It's a Playbook case with the built-in keyboard, so it kind of turns your Playbook into a whole little laptop-y setup, which is pretty awesome. So we've been waiting for this guy for quite a while. Kevin's had a couple encounters with it, but it was never available, but here it is in the flesh. So you can see this is the outside of it. Pretty sweet, folds up. It's essentially the convertible case for the most part, but it's got this extra built-in side here for the keyboard. So we'll go ahead and pop it open. I already have my Playbook in it, and you can see here, this is it. So you got your keyboard set up on the side here, the trackpad on the bottom, and this is the full-out keyboard. I have it turned on there. The battery's dying because I didn't turn it off last night. Charging port on the side, power switch, and that's pretty much it. This actually, it's only held in by these little straps on the corners, so you can see it totally comes out, and it's just the leather case here. This is the keyboard itself. I mean, it's super slim, totally light, so you can actually take this out, and if you want to use it when you hook your Playbook up to the TV, you can kind of use this as your, your remote on your coffee table or what have you, which is actually what I've been doing, which is pretty cool. So it goes back in here, it just kind of slots in there. It holds in really tight, and it doesn't get in the way when you're typing or anything. It just kind of sits under your hands there, so not to worry about that. And then the Playbook itself goes up in here. You can see it's got kind of the sleeve. So the one thing which I noted in the review, if I can get this in the right direction here, the Playbook is kind of a pain to take out. You have to kind of peel up in these corners and get it to pop out a little bit there, and then you can kind of yank it out all the way. So I'm gonna attempt to get it out there and let you know. And if there's an easier way, then I haven't found it yet. So that's it. There's the case there. So you can see it's got the openings on the bottom for the ports, camera port up top. The volume buttons and power button are covered. I haven't had an issue with my power button like on the convertible case, so that's a good thing. And then you got your headphone port up top. So this is like a super sturdy plastic here. And then getting the Playbook back in, you just kind of fit it in there. It goes in a little bit easier than it comes out, but it's cool because it snaps in there really well. And your speakers are still open here, but it holds it in really solid, which is awesome. So that's that part. And then on the back here, you obviously have your camera opening. You have this little kickstand, which pops open. It's held down by a magnet there, so you can see when you let it go, it kind of snaps itself back. So this is your keyboard setup. So you'd have it laying out there. I don't know if you can see the back of it. So the only bad part, or one of the the few gripes that I have, is that it can only really be at this one angle, which isn't bad if you're sitting at a table or on a plane or something. And then you have it here. But if you want it to be up higher, if you're sitting lower, or just at a different angle for watching a movie or something like that, you're gonna have to kind of finagle it and do a little MacGyver on it to get it to adjust to a different spot, which is one of the bad parts. But overall, just for your average typing and stuff like that, it sits at a really good angle for doing normal work. So let me pop it up here, and we will take a look at the keyboard itself. So we can see this is the trackpad down on the bottom here, and it might actually work better if we do it this way. So you can see we have the trackpad and the cursor moves around there. So it's got all kinds of kind of double tap features and stuff like that. So if we were to scroll up to the top here, the cursor changes, and then if we tap there, you get your bezel swipe, and the same thing goes on the bottom. If we go down to the bottom there and swipe, you get your swipe up like that. It takes a little bit of getting used to, obviously, as you can see. And if you go to something and just click on it, it'll pop right open. And one of my other my gripes here, I wish the scrolling on the trackpad was a bit quicker, because you can see here, if we have it on this side of the screen and then try to scroll across, it kind of has to jump to get it across. I wish it was a little quicker there, but so it goes. So we'll go ahead and open Crackberry here. It's got other cool features. It's got you can do a double scrolling, and right click, left click, depending on how many fingers you use, which is cool. So you can see once this gets loaded up, if we do the one finger, it's just the cursor up and down, and then if we have two fingers, it'll go ahead and scroll. So navigation, totally easy. You know, like I said, so it's good if you have it hooked up to your TV or anything like that, and then you can pretty much use this keyboard completely as your remote, which is awesome. And then we'll go ahead and show the keyboard itself here. And you can see by my finger comparison, you know, the keys are a little small. I did have a lot of trouble at first just because they're so much smaller than normal, so trying to cram your fingers together to type on them was a little bit of a pain. But once you get into it, you know, it's 30 minutes to an hour or so of cranking away the first time. It definitely gets a lot easier to type. I'm used to typing on, I have an Apple Bluetooth keyboard that I type on my Mac during the day, you know, which is smaller than a full-size keyboard to begin with. So this is more, you know, like netbook size. So it's just a bit of an adjustment if you have fat fingers. And the other thing, you know, since it's scrunched a little bit, I found myself moving my hands more to hit the space bar than just my thumbs. So, you know, like I said though, once you get into it, it's a little bit of an adjustment. So nothing too crazy. And you can see your basic keyboard layout. There's a symbol key on it, so you have function keys, you know, and other your symbols and stuff like that. So you'd obviously just hit the blue symbol key, and then it'll give you whatever the blue function is on here. Your control, alt keys, all that good stuff. You know, I wish the return key or maybe the backspace key was a double key, because I guess I'm just used to having that bigger on my regular keyboard, but you know, pretty good stuff. Full number row, arrow keys, everything. So it really lets you do a lot with your Playbook. You only have to carry the one charger because you can charge this with your micro USB that came with your Playbook too. Not your Playbook too, your Playbook as well. And then, you know, just fold up and go. It's a bit heavy, obviously, because your Playbook's in there with the keyboard and the case itself, but super portable. You know, thin enough you can still fit it in your jacket pocket, and it looks awesome. So that's pretty much it. Definitely worth checking out. Good laptop alternative if you're a big traveler or anything like that. You know, and the keyboard is great to have either in or out of the case. So that is it. That's the Blackberry Playbook mini keyboard case for the Blackberry Playbook. Check out more at shopcrackberry.com.